Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a treasure trove, well maybe not treasure, but definitely some interesting tidbits from Dollar Tree's recent 8K filing. I think the biggest shock will be whether everything still costs just $1. Spoiler alert, the games are changing since before we get started. If you love decoding the often confusing world of corporate filings, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. Come join us. This document is called an 8K. Companies use these to tell their investors about big news that might matter to them. This report is dated June 19, 2025, so it's pretty current. First up, a bit of boardroom shuffle. Dollar Tree changed its own rules, which are called bylaws. They revised them to reduce the number of directors on the board. Instead of 12 people calling the shots, there will now be 11. It might not sound like much, but less directors could mean decisions get made a bit faster, or it could change who has the most influence. Next, let's check out what happened at their annual meeting, where the shareholders who are the owners of the company got to vote on some important stuff. The first thing they voted on was electing the board of directors. It looks like all the nominees got the thumbs up to serve for another year. Michael Creedon Jr. pulled in over 17.7 million votes for him, against about 577,000. Cheryl Grazy pulled in a bit more votes against, with still for Vodi Ray, who had a noticeable wave of against votes. Still for Kelly 3, who had a noticeable wave of against votes compared to others. The shareholders also voted on executive pay, specifically if they agreed with how much the top bosses get paid. This vote is just advisory, so the board doesn't have to listen, but it's a good way to see if the owners think the bigwigs are worth their salaries. Looks like most shareholders approved the compensation, but it's not a complete slam dunk. About 168 million votes were cast for the compensation plan, and about 9.5 million were against it. That's quite a few dissenting voices. This can send a message to the company that some investors think the executives are overpaid, or that the pay structure isn't tied well enough to performance. The next big item was choosing the company's accounting firm. The shareholders got to say yes or no to the audit committee's pick, which was KPMG LLP. This is like shareholders checking if they agree with the people checking the company's math. The vote was overwhelmingly in favor of KPMG, over 17.4 million votes, for about 13 million against and about 70,000 abstaining. By ratifying KPMG, the shareholders are showing they're okay with the company's choice of auditor and trusting them to keep the book straight. The final vote was to approve something called the Dollar Tree Inc. 2025 Employee Stock Purchase Plan. This kind of plan lets employees buy company stock, often at a discount. A vast majority of shareholders, almost 178 million, gave it the thumbs up. About 600,000 voted against. This kind of plan can be a good way to get employees invested in the company's success, since they literally become owners. Finally, there's a section listing exhibits, which are extra documents attached to the report. In this case, it is legal text for exhibits. Exhibit 3.1 provides the actual text of the bylaws change we discussed earlier, if you're really into the nitty-gritty details. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. The changes to the board, the votes on executive pay, the accounting firm ratification, and the employee stock purchase plan all give you clues about where Dollar Tree is headed. The fact that reducing the number of seats in the board might mean they want a more agile, less bureaucratic decision-making process, and the shareholders' somewhat muted enthusiasm for executive pay could signal some tension between the owners and the top managers. Investors will want to see if the company responds to that feedback, perhaps by tweaking compensation plans to better align with company performance. All of these things have huge impact on people's understanding of the company. Dollar Tree's success is greatly tied to the overall economy and consumer spending habits. If inflation keeps pushing up prices, Dollar Tree may struggle to maintain its dollar store image, or they would choose to sell the Dollar Tree model. On the other hand, a stronger economy with rising wages means more money in consumers' pockets, which can translate to more sales that the company has. This 8K filing paints a picture of a company in transition, fine-tuning its governance and employee relations. It's not a report filled with disasters, but there are enough signals to suggest that Dollar Tree faces some challenges and opportunities in the near future. The biggest risk to me is their ability to hold the price, which is basically their entire business model. Alright, that was our quick dive into Dollar Tree's latest 8K filing. What are your thoughts? Do you think reducing the board size is a smart move? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, clicking the like button helps a ton, and be sure to subscribe for more explorations of corporate filings. And don't forget to check out the Discord community linked in the description, and maybe bring those dollar store hauls pics. Thanks for watching. See you next time.